The Celtic FC manager says, lack of discipline and is unacceptable. Unbelievable and unacceptable, Celtic manager, Ange on his own as he blames the Celtic players. Let's name names. Players running into midfield and leaving a gap at the back. Manager, to blame or the player thinking he's a midfield master. While chances were squandered around goal and mistakes heavily punished, the buck stops with the manager that selected the team, tactics and substitutions. At lunchtime on Sunday Celtic FC and the manager, Postecoglou require the same group of players to dig him out of a hole at Aberdeen, if he is to avoid a very painful international break where his results are taken apart with very unfavourable comparisons are thrown up. Until kick-off at Aberdeen on Sunday, the Celtic manager is going to be the focus of attention. Last night he attempted to distance himself from the players for the first time. The Celtic FC manager went on to say, "We have to take that disappointment and use it as motivation to set things right in the next game. We had our own chances, and if we go 1-0 up instead of 1-0 down, it becomes a different game. Football is full of ifs, buts and maybes. Every failed manager has matches and incidents that they look back on and wonder, what if?" 3 months into the Celtic FC job, Postecoglou is carrying the problems of multiple mistakes at Celtic. The players may have been at fault last night, but as Tony Mowbray and Ronnie Deila know, the buck stops at the Celtic manager's door with Postecoglou on his own and in the firing line. The Celtic FC manager is only at the very beginning of a rebuild, and he needs to be afforded the time to get things the way he wants. This isn't like Ronnie or Tony Mowbray really though, is it? This is a total rebuild of Celtic Football Club. Sacking a manager now would do what? This Celtic board caused this. Let's not forget. As for Neil Lennon, giving former Celtic manager Neil Lennon the platform to critique the game when he himself did not take criticism or any of the blame for last season's absolute gutless collapse in the face of winning the 10. Then there is what he left. He left a team with a £5 million striker that simply won't cut it. He left with a £5 million keeper that is just not a keeper. And he left the club with nothing for any new incoming boss to build on. The club was left a shambles, and he is responsible for the majority of that. But there he is, running the rule over the squad, and he even had the brass neck to talk about a rebuilding job. I'm really reluctant to criticize the team or the manager because, there's no doubt about it, it's a rebuilding job here. There's a new back 5, back 4, goalkeepers, new players come in, and I get all, but the quality of player that they've brought in should be not losing all their away games at home domestically. Getting hammered here tonight, psychologically it's damaging. So we need to put a run together, and put a run together very, very quickly. I am sorry, but who is he to tell anyone about a rebuild? He was speaking without any sense of self-awareness and couldn't even grasp the irony of the situation he was in last night. Lennon should have sat this out last night. Absolutely no doubt. But at least he wasn't a security risk though, eh? The current Celtic FC manager has been very supportive of the players after a tough run of defeats. He still is protecting the boys in the dressing room, but he did make it clear he wants to see a reaction now after this run. The Celtic manager cited all the reasons why we are struggling, but admits, even with some of the obstacles in our way, we need to be doing better. Celtic manager went on to say, "I'm disappointed for our fans tonight. They created a great atmosphere and we had such a good start to the game, we really took it to them and created several opportunities. So to walk away tonight losing 4-0, we're all very disappointed in the dressing room, and we should be. We need to have a reaction. We've made things difficult for ourselves, even towards the end there was no need to concede a fourth. It shouldn't have been a 4-0 game. We've got to be stronger mentally and keep ourselves in the game. It's one thing me being supportive, but there's got to be a reaction to this. We've just got to keep persevering." What are your thoughts, Celtic fans? Tell me in the comments.
Lit. Roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the party, roll up to the